The Nightbeat starts right now.
Tonight, thousands are paying extra close attention to the temperature reading that you see right there on your screen because they're not going to be able to heat their homes. Gas services have been cut off to thousands of customers in Seguin and McQueeney.
A shelter already being set up in Seguin as they are expected to face a very cold night ahead. This all started after a pipeline that serviced the area was damaged. The night team's Patty Santos is live with new developments from the work crews there. Patty?
Well, the good news tonight is that the damaged pipeline has been fixed, but before gas can get turned back on, crews have to go to every home and every business and manually turn the gas line off in order to calibrate the system. This is going to take several days. Crews are walking the streets right now, shutting off lines. Once the pipeline repair is finalized, the crew will have to go back and turn the system back on every house. This could take a few days, and with the cold weather ahead, the city's not taking any chances. A shelter has been opened up at Hillcrest Church. They're using electric heaters to heat up the church gym. Secure backup gas services have been sent to hospitals, nursing homes, and other critical facilities.
You're going to have to be patient because it could be 3 to 4 days before some residents are getting turned back on. And with the cold weather coming in at night, we're really, especially on Friday and Saturday, we're trying to make sure all that's done.
It's not going to be fun. I'm going to have to worry about my pipes freezing if the gas is not on by Saturday night.
The pipeline damage happened this morning south of New Braunfels. Many businesses like restaurants will be closed until they can get the gas turned back on. And techs will be walking into people's yards tonight, so they're asking that if you have pets, bring them inside and also make sure that you leave a porch light on for them so they can see their way in. As far as the school goes, the district has not yet announced a closure, but you're going to want to tune into GMSA tomorrow morning for the latest on that. And Katie, a lot of people tonight keeping a really close eye on the forecast because it is very cold out tonight.
Definitely cold, and it looks like a little bit breezy there. Some good news, we don't have a hard freeze in the forecast tonight, this weekend. So we're talking about temperatures falling into light freeze territory. That's low 30s, 32, all the way down to about 29. Seguin, no freeze tonight. Looking at a low around 34. Here in San Antonio, Bexar County also expected to stay above freezing. Areas that could see a light freeze tonight, 32, 31, 30 degrees. That is going to be the hill country from Bulverde over to Bernie Stage and then points north. It will be cold overnight, though, but again, not a widespread freeze anticipated tonight. Different story this weekend. Friday, we've got our next strong cold front coming through. That's when we could see a more widespread light freeze across the area Saturday morning, even into Sunday morning of the upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about that, and I'll have your full forecast for you here in just a bit. Tim.
Thank you, Katie. Words have meaning. That's what the city of Castroville says led to a change in their police department. The now former police chief there, Brian Jackson, was accused of using a racial slur during a murder investigation, and investigators say it was caught on camera. Castroville's city council accepted his resignation today.
Words have power, and we must all choose our words very carefully. Just as we choose the actions that support our fellow mankind, we need to condemn the ones that divide us, that oppress, and that subjugate.
While the act of racism was condemned during the city council meeting, Castroville's mayor described Jackson as a flawed but good man. The city now moving forward, looking for an interim police chief.
And now to the major developments in the war in Ukraine. Poland now offering 28 fighter jets to the U.S. forces in Germany, which could then potentially be given to the Ukrainian Air Force. And in return, Poland wants to add American-made aircrafts to its arsenal. However, Pentagon not agreeing to that right away. Military leaders are concerned that that move could further inflame tensions between the Russians and NATO. Today, President Joe Biden banning all oil imports from Russia to the U.S. The U.K. did the same. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, more than 2 million people have left that country in under 2 weeks.
Back here at home, we have been covering the increasing violence inside of our city limits. Murders are up this year compared to last. The police chief blaming the increase on risky behaviors. Now we're learning it goes into the county as well. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar tells the Night Team's Lee Waldman it comes down to stolen guns.
Dramatic video shared by Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
Somebody within one of those 3 cars began shooting at or toward deputies.
3 stolen cars filled with teens shooting at deputies.
These last several incidents where we've had deputies shot at, we'll trace it back to a gun that was stolen either hours or days prior.
In our sit-down conversation, Sheriff Javier Salazar says it's not a legal gun problem causing an increase in violence in the county.
We're seeing stolen guns go up,
which he connects to gun owners either leaving guns in their vehicles or not locking them properly at home.
Are you all keeping a log of all the stolen guns throughout Bexar County?
Well, I don't know that that's a stat that we keep, but I certainly think that we should.
Not just within the Sheriff's Department, but across all agencies. One stat there's no denying, gun-related deaths are on the rise. According to backgroundchecks.org, which utilizes FBI data, gun-related deaths in Bexar County jumped up 12.3% from 2019 to 2020.
It bothers you, but I can't say I'm shocked. We're seeing more of it out there.
While the sheriff isn't shocked about the increase in gun-related deaths and violence across the county, here at University Hospital, they've never seen anything like it before.
We've seen not quite a doubling, but almost twice as many patients last year with gun-related injuries as we did compared to 2 years prior.
In the emergency room, Dr. Mark Muir says they see anywhere between 2 and 8 patients a day with gun-related injuries. That's just at one location.
It's just an increase in the number of patients that we're caring for, and it does put some additional burdens on our healthcare system.
Some are unintentional injuries, but most are violence related.
The consistent and sustained increase that we've seen since 2019 is pretty remarkable.
A big part of our conversation with Sheriff Salazar and Dr. Muir centered around gun safety. They said making sure guns are locked so they don't end up in the wrong hands. Now, pre-pandemic, the Injury Prevention Unit teamed up with Bcso to hand out thousands of gun locks. That program is still happening to this day. If you head over to KSAT.com, we have information on where you can pick up one of those gun locks for free. Live outside of the medical center, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you. And now we continue our coverage on yet another community problem, and that is child abuse. In several cases, the children died and parents were arrested. Last year, 13 children in Bexar County lost their lives to child abuse. And experts say that those under the age of 3 are the most vulnerable. But something is being done to break the cycle of violence, and it centers around a free class. The Night Team's Patty Santos tells us about Metro Health's program and how it's helping parents.
Raising a child can be overwhelming and even stressful, but Metro Health says there are life-saving skills that could make it easier.
They need support not only in terms of positive parenting strategies, but they also need support maybe in terms of needing to learn how to emotionally regulate.
Metro Health launched the Positive Parenting Program, or Triple P, in 2020. It's a way to combat family violence in the community.
Research has demonstrated that it lowers rates of child abuse, it lowers rates of hospitalizations related to child abuse, and it lowers out-of-home foster placements due to child abuse and neglect.
Not every family has the same issues. That's why different levels of support are available, including a co-parenting class for kids dealing with divorce.
We get a lot of questions about communication, and we get a lot of questions about, just creating structure.
It's helped many first-time parents have a quieter, calmer family life.
As first-time parents, me and my husband, we had to deal with many issues like sleep problems, eating, behavior problems.
Tired and frustrated, she realized her previous parenting style could have a lasting impact, and she didn't want that.
Things you do can affect your future. I want to be a good mom, and I don't want to do things the wrong way.
The class is free, and you can take the course online. Families can also get connected to housing, food, and other mental health needs.
It's a space where you can learn strategies, but also where you'll receive support. It's designed to be a parenting and family support system.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
More than 2,000 parents took that class last year. It's for foster parents and others who have a child in their care in Bexar County. And we have more information on that class. Just visit our website, ksat.com.
Let's take a look now at some of the day's big stories. An Amber Alert sent out for an 11-year-old girl tonight. Police need your help bringing Helen Pierce back home. She was last heard from in the Burnett, Texas area. That's northwest of Austin. Police looking for an unknown male in connection with her abduction. If you have seen Helen Pierce, call police. A 16-year-old student facing a charge of arson. Investigators say he's accused of starting fires near Brennan High School. That's over on the city's far west side near 1604 and Wiseman. That first fire happening last Thursday. Sky 12 flying over the scene that day. Altogether, about 6 acres were burned. Thankfully, no one was hurt. That teen in the case has been referred to the Bexar County Juvenile Justice System. And gas prices continue their trend upwards. Here in San Antonio, AAA says we are only 20 cents away now from hitting the record for our area. Right now, gas is averaging $3.75 for San Antonio. While prices here have not quite hit their record levels yet, the overall national average has. The national average right now sitting at $4.17, breaking the previous record of $4.11 back in 2008. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Now, still ahead on the Nightbeat, it's a story that you've seen. Yeah, it's trending on KSAT.com. A 5-year-old boy survived a night alone in the wilderness near Bandera, and his family is going to speak to KSAT.
And a new law in Texas is impacting Bexar County voters. The ballots that were tossed out due to a technicality. That's next on the Nightbeat. The final vote counts are in for the March primary, but it's the votes not counted that are making headlines tonight. The Bexar County Elections Department says more than 1,900 mail-in ballots were ultimately rejected. This is a direct result from the newly enacted voting law, Senate Bill 1. Some things that led to the rejection: signing in the wrong place or putting the wrong info in certain areas.
Because the design of the envelope is tough. The print is very small by the time they had to put all the legalese on the form.
Given the upcoming primary runoff and local elections in May, Callanan says election officials will be seeing what kind of procedures they can put in place to better help voters.
So now to a story that so many of you have been talking about online. Now, this one has a happy ending. Yes, a 5-year-old boy from Bandera County is safe after sneaking away from his family and spending hours in the wilderness. His name is Cameron, and his family spoke with KSAT after they reunited with their special boy.
He sure is a pistol. He sure is. He's a tough pistol.
Tough is a good way to describe 5-year-old Cameron Crumrine. He managed to survive Monday night in the wilderness during rough conditions. So now his mother and grandmother are thinking of ways to stay one step ahead of him.
We learned a lesson. We got to put a little something on him. Yes.
Carrie Crumrine says it started last evening. Her grandson wandered off at the family's ranch outside Bandera, and no one knew where he was, including Cameron's mother.
Was at the camper with Grandma and Grandpa. They thought he was back over here. I think he just decided, I'm going to go on a walk with the dogs.
With only an apple in hand, little Cameron took a stroll with his dogs. But then the last dog returned without him.
We knew that the dog was with him, and her feet were wet when she came back. She was trying to tell us.
Last night, Bandera County Sheriff asked volunteers to help find Cameron. In all, the search lasted 17 hours. It ended after a crew on a DPS helicopter saw the little guy. When the crew found Cameron, he was soaking wet after having spent the night in 40-degree temperatures. You'd think he'd be traumatized, but no. Cameron says he's excited because he got to ride on a helicopter.
So he's gave a thumbs up on that, and so he's tough. He really is. So I said, "Did you see us? Did you hear us yelling?" And he said, "Yes." He did, and he waved him down.
And hopefully he got that out of his system, because Cameron, we don't want you wandering off again. Now, he did have slight hypothermia, but we're told that he's going to be just fine. All right, so now we're going to take a live look outside here, live look near our airport camera. 48 degrees right now in San Antonio. You know, slightly cooler in the Seguin area, but, you know, that's the area that we're really watching out for tonight, Katie, because those people, thousands of people there, don't have access to natural gas, so they can't heat their homes.
Right, and it is going to be a cold night, but I do not anticipate Seguin dropping down to freezing. Now, there'll be a few degrees warmer than that. that. The freeze tonight is expected to be limited to the hill country. The more widespread light freeze potential that comes Friday night into the weekend. So here's a look at your current temperatures now. So it is 48 at the airport, 43 in Seguin. So a bit colder just off to our east. But it's not, it's not odd for some of our outlying areas to be a few degrees colder. That's typically how it plays out. In the center of Bexar County, the more metro area holds heat a bit better. And so we typically see lower temperatures around the metro area outside of Bexar County. So 46 at Randolph right now, 49 in Pleasanton. Here's how I expect temperatures to play out through tomorrow morning. Again, a light freeze is possible across the hill country. Seguin, we're going to go 34 for your morning low, 36 here in San Antonio and down to Port SA, 36 the low in Pleasanton, 34 in Hondo. Again, it's places like Canyon Lake, Bernie Stage, up to Comfort and Kerr County that we're expecting to drop into the low 30s overnight. Part of the reason for that is the clearing that took place this afternoon and this evening. Our roller coaster ride of weather, it will continue. So I know it was nice to see some sun toward the end of the day today, and we've got 2 more sunny days ahead. Sunny and a good bit warmer by Thursday with a high in the 70s, but we've got another cold front coming in Friday to drop our temperatures from the 50s in the morning to the 40s in the afternoon. A chance of rain there, windy conditions, and that's not all. That's the front that brings us the potential for the more widespread light freeze as we get into this weekend. So still plenty to monitor as far as the weather is concerned. So we cleared out really nicely late this afternoon, early this evening. What you're seeing here on satellite, these are just some thinner mid and high level clouds that have moved in from the southwest. So a few of those will be out there tonight, generally south and east of San Antonio. So again, with a clearer sky up in the hill country, that'll allow temperatures there to drop down just a little bit more, setting us up for the potential for a light freeze across the hill country. Everyone else mid to upper 30s through early tomorrow morning. Still a cold start to the day regardless. There's a very cold air mass in place across a good portion of the country. It's 28 in Omaha, teens as you get into the northern plains, and temperatures well below zero across parts of Canada here in the Arctic. This cold air mass will break south once again, and over the next couple of days inch closer to us. Couple more very pleasant days Wednesday into Thursday, and then Friday here comes this next front, ETA in San Antonio and the Highway 90 corridor between about 6 and 9 a.m. We will have a chance of some isolated showers with this front as it comes through. This is not going to be all the rain we need, unfortunately, but there will be a low chance for a few showers through the first part of the day Friday with this front. Then Friday night into Saturday morning, that's where we have the potential for a more widespread light freeze north of this pink line, so roughly along and north of Highway 90. Freeze likely as we get into Friday night, Saturday morning. Areas a bit farther south. We'll continue to monitor closely, but you could be mid to upper 30s. So we'll be watching those trends closely for you. But yes, keep in mind that we do anticipate a more widespread freeze by the weekend, guys.
All right, Katie, thank you.
All right, Greg, Coach Pop has a chance to make history tomorrow.
And he wants no part of the countdown. No. Not really anything, but we are counting it down. Could come tomorrow against Toronto. He just needs one more win. So tomorrow could be the day. We'll get you ready for it. And after securing the best recruiting class ever, what's next for the Aggies? Coming up. Spurs head coach Greg Popovich can make NBA history as early as tomorrow night with a win against the Toronto Raptors in the AT&T Center. That's after he was able to tie his former boss and mentor, Don Nelson, with victory number 1,335 last night in the 117-110 win over the Lakers in an unprecedented 26 seasons with the Spurs. Now the 5-time NBA champion can break that record with his next victory with 6 games left in this homestand. Pop has been at the helm of the Spurs since December of 1996, on the very day that David Robinson returned from an injury to rejoin the Silver and Black in Phoenix. In fact, during a timeout last night, Pop strolled across the court to visit with 5-0 and his son David in the second row, presumably to ask the Admiral to suit up since the Spurs were playing shorthanded last night. But don't look for any massive post-game celebration. If he does, that's just not the Pop way.
It's hard to put into words, you know, how much of an impact he's had on not only the Spurs organization, but the USA basketball organization and just basketball players in general. You know, young coaches, if you want to be a young coach, if there's any 3 coaches that you're going to tell them to kind of watch, Greg Popovich always has to be in there.
All right, we'll see if it happens tomorrow against Toronto at 7:30.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys have restructured the contracts with both quarterback Dak Prescott and offensive lineman Zach Martin in order to create $22 million in cap space. Prescott had just completed the first year of his 4-year, $160 million contract with the Cowboys last year, and the Cowboys added 2 voidable years to Martin's contract to create the cap room. That's after they slapped the franchise tag on Dalton Schultz at $10.9 million, and after DeMarcus Lawrence turned down a pay cut. Cowboys still are leaning towards cutting star wide receiver Amari Cooper before March the 20th, when his $20 million for next season is guaranteed. That will mean more cap room, since Coop would only count $6 million against the cap instead of $22 million. Aaron Rodgers will return to play for the Green Bay Packers after the NFL's MVP agreed to a 4-year, $200 million deal with 153 of that guaranteed money. That makes him the highest paid player in the history of the NFL. What is expected of the Aggies now that they have the best recruiting class in school history? Next. The UTSA Roadrunners continue their spring workouts at day 2 on campus, getting ready for the 2022 season. It opens with 3 huge opponents, Houston at home, and then back-to-back road games to Army and Texas in Austin. This will be Jeff Traylor's 3rd season as the head coach of the Roadrunners, who saw major improvement from his first season in the middle of COVID with 7 wins and a jumble season to a school record 12 wins last year, including their first ever Conference USA Championship. Roadrunners have lost some pretty good players from last year's championship team, such as Sincere McCormick, Spencer Burford, and Tariq Woolen, to name a few.
I can't tell you how many guys today in stretch line, I looked them right in the eye and said, this is a very, very important spring for you. So we're excited about that task of rebuilding this team and to see what the future holds for us.
The UTSA Roadrunners kick off their season at home against Houston on September the 3rd. We had a chance to visit with Texas A&M Athletic Director Ross Bjork during the San Antonio A&M Club's unveiling of the newly remodeled Aggie Park. For Bjork, it was his first ever visit to Aggie Park, where we wanted to ask him about the job Jimbo Fisher and his staff did delivering the #1 ranked recruiting class.
There's no doubt it's the best class in our history, but the key is we have to deliver. You got to perform. You got to win on the field now with this talent, and then you have to attract more talent. You got to get the next wave, the next round of recruits, and so Jimbo's building it the right way for long-term success, and everyone's just so excited.
The TMI boys basketball team came up just short of the TAPS 5A state title this past Saturday, falling to McKinney Christian 56-51 in double overtime in the championship game at West High School in Waco. This was head coach Bruce Bowen's first season at the helm, and he helped set the tone the Panthers moving forward. Bowen, of course, won 3 NBA championships with the San Antonio Spurs, 2003, 2005, and 2007, and he said he learned a lot from watching Pop coach the Spurs.
What I saw in Pop was that he let us go out and play. You can only do so much, and you got to trust the kids and trust that they're prepared. And if you're not feeling that trust, then you're not doing your part. So it is a little different on this side, but at the same time, I understand that the kids look at me to be able to, say, handle situations. If I'm frantic and I lose my head, then they're going to lose their heads. So I have a responsibility to them to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do as well.
Bowen's son, Ohani, led the Panthers with 17 points. He is one of 8 players who return to TMI next season. Isn't that incredible how many people have followed in Pop's footsteps and how big that coaching tree now is, not just in the NBA, but all over the place, including high school basketball.
Branches everywhere.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That also tells you how good of a leader he is.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Greg.
We'll be right back.
Some of you may have been able to catch a screening of the new Batman film, but how many of you can say you watched the movie with an actual bat? It's exactly what happened at a theater up in Austin. Crews had to try and steer the bat toward an exit. You can watch the highly entertaining video. Just click on this article over on KSAT.com.
Only entertaining from our point of view.
Yes.
You just wanted to hang out.
That's right.
For a little bit. It'll be cold in the morning. Light freeze possible across the hill country tonight. Warming trend, it'll be brief, but it starts tomorrow and continues through Thursday. Friday will be a cold, gray, windy day with some rain possible. Afternoon temperatures falling into the 40s. Then a light freeze, a more widespread light freeze is likely Friday night and Saturday night this weekend. And don't forget, we get to spring forward.
All right, Katie, thank you. Well, that does it for the Night Beat. Don't forget that Good Morning San Antonio starts at 4:30.
Have a good night.
We'll see you.